Rough estimate and everything, Alex.
I don't know if that's just the door. Go to the wood. Yeah.
Stand up on a table. Huh? Stand on the table.
Right, it's gonna bend the metal of my boots. Got it. Ready? Go. 1. I can't get it there.
Oh shit.
Are we gonna do that with my break?
would trust me.
Wadded up a little bit. You see the ones that are sticking out, like there's the ones in the brackets here. Yeah. Oh god. You good? I think the one actually ought to just be alright. Don't you? Yeah. Like make it real tight and Alright. Ready for liftoff, man. Brother. Now, do you think these boys ought to be able to pass their senior project?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Why not?
I think they're gonna have no problem. Badass factor plus in.
What do you think that though? Just
The Carhartt, the truck, Romeo's.
When we go shooting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're a bunch of losers.
Alright.
Go ahead.
all right. Are you aware of Mr. Alex McCarthy?
Well aware.
What's your opinion on him?
Well, he can tell quite a story.
Anything else?
No.
Should he be able to pass his senior project?
Well, it depends on if he's telling the truth or not. I remember last year, Alex came up with quite a story to get out of lunch detention, and boy did I believe him. He told me a story that he had to run home to feed this little tiny piglet that couldn't be fed on its own. And if he didn't run home and feed it, that the piglet would die because his dad was not there to feed it. So I believed him and did not give him any more consequences for him skipping. Needless to say, the next day I had to talk to his dad regarding a whole nother issue to find out that there was no piglet. So needless to say, I call Alex the pig boy. So that is his nickname.
Thank you. Really?
Yes.
You think he should be able to pass his senior project?
Well, I'm telling you, sometimes Mr. Betts utilized his capabilities. Sometimes he tried to find shortcuts to get around certain obstacles. But if he really is serious about things, he usually does a great job on whatever he thinks is, important to him. So.
I think Tyler has a lot of capabilities of doing well with welding, and he's built a couple projects in the shop here at Somerton High School, and I think he's got some strong mechanical skills.
Times.
All right. Are you aware of Landon Bentz?
Yes, I am aware of Landon Bentz.
Do you think he is worthy enough to pass his senior project?
Beyond worthy.
Why do you say that?
Because he's a fine gentleman and scholar.
Go for it.
So how did you find this project exactly? The reader board at Central Howell Elementary School.
Well, my mom works at Central Howell, so she kind of gave me the idea, and I went up and looked at it, and it was needed to be replaced. So
So progress on that. So you got the idea of it and everything, and then what happened after that?
well, I presented the idea to Landon and Alex,
All right.
and then I went up and talked to Mr. Haney and got the details,
And so he approved it.
he approved it.
Good deal. What were some challenges that you faced during this entire deal? It took about
3 months.
years. About 3 months, yeah.
Well, one of the biggest challenges we faced was with the boards that we bought, because when we bought them, they had been sitting outside for a long time. So when we initially bolted them down, everything fit, and then we came back the next week and they had dried out and warped.
Really, how many boards would you say warped out of?
Probably 3/4 of them or more.
Jesus. All right, so you get past the project, it goes about 2.5 months or so. And so out of all this, what would you say the impact on the community? Like, how do you think this impacts the community? And in the future, how do you think it would impact it then?
Well, I think it's going to help Central Howell out a lot with advertising their stuff, and it'll give them a better, what do I want to say? It'll give them
Exposure?
better, exposure.
All right. Now, what have you, obviously the struggles and things that you've occurred in this, what have you learned about yourself, like working on this project?
I learned that when I actually put my mind to stuff, I can accomplish good things.
All right. What is your opinion on the project and everything?
I think it turned out good. Turned out better than I expected.
Really?
I think, speaking on behalf of everyone when I say that.
All right. How important? So seeing that you work with 2 other men and everything, how important is communication in a job normally, and was it good during this?
You mean like between us or between?
So like communication in general, is that really important, like when working on a group project?
I'd say so, because everyone kind of needs to know what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Everyone had their own jobs,
And was the communication good in this project?
it was pretty good between us. It was kind of hard to. We had to go out to Central Hall a lot and talk to Mr. Haney and get POs from the district office, and that took some time, but it got done.
All right. So, are there any closing words, any words of wisdom, any conclusions that you could come to with this? You know, wrap it all up. If you could describe it all.
No comment.
Thank you.
Ready?
So Landon, how did the idea for the reader board come about?
Idea came about maybe mid-late February. Tyler King had come to me and said that there was a reader board. Ahead of that, we had no idea exactly what we were going to do. I mean, absolutely no idea. So he came to me and mentioned that there was this reader board sign. And so we kind of went out and looked at it, and it was run down quite a bit. So we were thinking, hey, this, we're both, industrially inclined. And so then about a week or 2 later, we got Alex McCarthy in on it too, and everything decided, because he didn't have one either, so we figured 3 people, we would knock it out quick. Little did we know it took 2.5 months.
I'm under the understanding that you faced a lot of problems. What were some of those?
Yeah, the biggest problem I would say would be that the time. Like, literally, see, if I was working with my dad or something, or like outside of a school function or something, I would be able to, get this done in a week or 2. It would literally be done that quick. But the problem is with scheduling, and now that we have AG every day now and everything, the periods get shorter, like 10 minutes shorter and everything, so we don't have enough time. But I mean, there was a lot of stuff. I mean, we painted the boards, and then they condensated when they dried out, and they all warped. Everything was perfect, then they got warped, and so we had to improvise a lot, but it turned out to be pretty good, actually.
In your opinion, what impact is the sign going to have on the community, or what has it had?
I literally think that this is kind of a statement almost. Not only is it just a reader board, to me at least, it's not just a it's not just a reader board and everything that's, people, I'm pretty sure, someone would say that it would help the exposure or something of that school, and that does help. That, that's really crucial. But I really believe that in this time and everything where government subsidies and everything are so high anymore, that this kind of is a statement of private charity that the community needs to give back to the community, that kids our age need to give back. And I think we saw that, because instead of hiring some contractor for some $1,000 and everything like that for them to make a reader board, we did it for free, more or less.
What would you say you've learned about yourself over the course of doing the project?
I would say that, after 4 years of school and everything, I think this was kind of the focal point in my life as far as high school goes. You get to this point in your life and you realize this is it, and this is the thing that it's kind of, the hill I have to crawl over, the bridge I have to cross kind of. And once you get there, I mean, it's a really freeing. You can ask any of the other guys. I mean, the minute we got that thing up and done, I mean, it was the most relieving feeling in the world. And I think I learned about myself is that, if I put my mind to something, I can do it. And I can go as far as I need.
Now that the project's done, what would you say your opinion on it is?
Other than the government kind of,
yeah,
private charity and everything, I'd say my opinion of it is it was a pickle. I mean, it was something. It's one of those deals where you don't really see it you see it happening, we can get it done in a few weeks or something like that, but then just more stuff just starts tacking onto it. So it was a challenge, but we definitely overcame it with flying colors.
Obviously, communication is a big key, and building a project or working together. How was the communication during the project?
It was great. Alex McCarthy drafted at his house, drafted the entire project. And I don't think he actually lost it, which is really unfortunate because it was a beautiful draft of this thing. I free-handed it just a little bit, but you know, he drafted it, he planned it all out. Tyler King designated all the times we'd working, what we'd be doing the days, and I was the one that was calling people for donations and such, which you really saw a lot of donations actually. The community was really great about that. Even people in Canby and everything. It was surprising that we got the plexiglass from Canby, you know, just really great people actually. Communication was really good though, other than the problems that we had, you know, having to wait for POs and everything. Other than that, it was real good.
Do you have any closing words or anything to wrap it up?
Friedrich Nietzsche once said that out of chaos comes truth, and in a way this kind of was chaos for a little bit. I lost a lot of sleep, and that sounds, you know, theatric or something, but I literally lost sleep sitting there thinking about what we needed to do the next day, and it bothered me, but out of that chaos came truth, and I think that truth is hanging up at Central Howell right now, and I think that's the gist of it.
All right, so Mr. McCarthy, how exactly did you find out about this project?
I was gonna do something else, but then you two, Tyler and Landon, came to me and told me they needed help with theirs, making the sign, so decided to do that.
What were some challenges that you and the two men had occurred?
Getting funding, the big one, and wrong sizes for things, not measuring correctly.
Now, what impact on the community do you think this has made, and will it make in the future?
Well, it makes the school look a lot better, so people think that people are actually putting effort into the school system.
And what exactly have you learned about yourself and working and everything in this project?
That I tend to procrastinate things a lot, but it all worked out in the end.
And what is your opinion on this project?
It turned out really good. Everything went to plan.
Alright, so in a job, you know, site and everything, usually communication is a very big key and everything. How was the communication during this project between you and the other two men?
Between us three, it was pretty good. I wasn't so good with mentors and that sort of thing.
Okay. And if you had, if you could change something about the project, you know, something as far as the working or the time or something, what would it be and why?
Not a thing.
Not a thing. You care to elaborate on that, or?
No.
So do you have any closing words, conclusions, words of wisdom?
Not really.
All right, thank you.
So going back to the project, so out of all the project, everything that you've been through, you know, the 2.5 months, the boards being warped, I mean, obviously there's got to be something you'd want to have done differently or something. Is there something you would have done differently, and why?
Honestly, not really. I mean, people could say we waited too long to start, which might be true, but I mean, when it comes down to it, the three of us tend to procrastinate. So if we would have started back in September, we would have drug it out until now anyways. And I mean, we could start today and we would have found a way to get it done. So in my mind, I mean, it doesn't really matter that we started late. I mean, we got it done, that's all that matters. One thing that maybe I might have changed would maybe think it through a little more, because we didn't take a lot of things into account when we started. And it was definitely more than what we thought it was. But
Now, do you think most of it was planned, dumb luck, or sheer improvisation?
it was sure improvisation. You know, I mean, we had a plan from the start, but it didn't go to plan. I mean, it turned out good in the end, but it wasn't the plan.
All right, thank you.
So Landon, looking back on the project, is there anything you would say that you would do differently?
Not a thing. You know, I don't know what to say about it, you know, I just wouldn't. I got it done, you know, we got it done and everything on due time. got it done before the end of the year. We didn't have to extend, you know, into the summer or something like that. Like I know a few people who've done that. And of course, there's always going to be people. I mean, people started doing their senior projects their junior year just to get it out of the way, and I understand why. But this one was just kind of an on-the-fly job, and we did it on the fly. I mean, we just kind of played the game. There wasn't really much you could do after that. I mean, and something, you know, that I would have definitely wanted to take heed in was measuring the posts or something, because they narrowed down at the bottom, so when we got the sign it didn't fit very well, but we made it fit real well. You know, if we would have kind of figured and thought things out a little bit more, then things would have gone smoothly. But half the fun was not knowing what the hell was going to happen, you know, just complete improvising, and that's what I really dug. I really liked that.
Someone reached in and grabbed it. What a rock lobster! The beach. Everybody had matching towels. Somebody went under a dock, and there they saw a rock. It wasn't a rock.